All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we are doing a follow-up video from the person who worked at Sucker Punch Studios, the studio that is behind the upcoming Ghost of Yote video game. This particular person who advocated and celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. Apparently, there has been ramifications. Now, before I cover this particular person, I just want you guys to realize the ramifications that are going through the entire gaming industry is rampant, right? What's happening right now is that a bunch of people have been making posts because, of course, these people celebrate just a little bit too quickly. That's what they do every single time. Every time something happens that they enjoy, that they want to celebrate, they celebrate too fast, too quickly. And what ends up happening is it ends up backfiring so hard that they look around and they're like, what just happened? What happened to freedom of speech, right? They're the first ones to throw the freedom of speech in your face, but they don't realize it's not even close to the same, right? You're not having an opinion. Celebrating the death of someone is not an opinion. If you said, you know what, I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk's points of view when he was alive, but I'm not happy he's dead, that's an opinion. But if you're out here saying, yeah, fuck him and go kill the other ones too, well, that's not an opinion. You're just insane. So Grums ends up posting something on X here, and it says the Ghost of Yote developer who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death has officially been fired. And she says, I would do it again 100 times stronger. If you scroll down here, he posts a screen cap of her Blue Sky profile that we're actually going to go to in a second, where she says, if standing up against fascism, because these people all think that they're like these warriors in their, I don't know, their apartment buildings, in their air conditioning. They're all warriors against fascism. They're all trying to tell you to donate your money to Gaza. The reason why they're all broke is because they keep donating all little salary that they make over at their jobs. They donate everything to Gaza and to free Palestine and all this shit. Well, apparently, she says, if standing against fascism is what cost me my dream job that I held for 10 years, I would do it again 100 times stronger. So even in the face of defeat, even in the face of being fired by the company that she worked for, that the people at the studio don't even want to stand by her because she's that unhinged, she's still claiming that people are fascists and she's doing something amazing, right? So I ended up going over to her profile over here on Blue Sky. I apologize, I don't have a Blue Sky account, but it says the following. Again, if standing up against fascism is what cost my dream job held, I would do it 100 times X. You got people literally laughing. I mean, it's amazing that there's people that are most likely from X that are making Blue Sky accounts to go troll the losers on Blue Sky, right? It's just the funniest thing. Soul B says, yo, what the actual fuck? Sucker puncher cowards. You're a real one for not backing down. And obviously done because you're a woman. Oh my God. Any opportunity to try to make it about being a woman or victimhood or whatever. Yeah, they clearly fired her because you're a woman. Yep, that's 100% what it is. They fired you only because you're a woman. No other reason. It's not because you're celebrating the death of someone. Nope, not at all. You got Zip, they, them, who is the MTG person. I wonder, oh, interesting. They removed the MTG from their account. I specifically remembered Zib, they, them having Magic the Gathering Arena in their account, but I guess no longer? Interesting. Akaza says, yeah, sure, you're going to get fired. If your parents didn't bother with your education, I'll do it for them. Never enjoy on someone's death. And if you have something disgusting to say, keep it in your head. Now, because of your stupid tweet, you'll hurt all the other people who worked on that game. And you know what's so ironic? What's so ironic to me is that this person who claims to love everyone, who claims to love the 200 people that worked on this video game, was so selfish that they never once thought about the repercussions of their actions to their video game, to their staff, to their studio. Never once thought about it. They weren't even in their mind because all they thought about was being able to finally successfully celebrate the death of someone they ideologically agree with for no other reason other than opinions. That's literally it. This person says, pretty pathetic to come up with a brand new account just to post this. Triggered that your favorite fascists experience karma. I'm sorry you lost your job because of idiots. Heart emojis. Bro, what in the way did you ever stand up to fascism? You sat at the same company for 10 years and posted milquetoast memes and jokes to this worst version of X until yesterday when you made a disgusting comment on someone's death. You should be ashamed. Damn, you are a triggered Charlie Kirk fan. I like how the moment you say something against these people, you're triggered. But if they lose their mind at what Charlie Kirk was saying, the mere thought of Charlie Kirk's actions and ideals trigger them so hard? Well, you can't call them triggered. They're not triggered, right? They're just fighting the good fight. They're fighting against fascism. These people have main character syndrome. They really do. They think they are the ultimate warriors in their own anime, that they're trying to take down the bad guy. It's fucking insane. You're a superstar, and it's their loss. Yeah, I'm sure Sucker Punch is reeling right now at the loss of you. Yo, did they fucking really? This is some grade A bullshit. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro. You're I wish I could like this. You're fired. Do you even know what fascism means? No, they don't, because if they did, they would realize that the fascists are the one who actually shoot other people and kill them for their own opinions. That's what actual fascism is. But again, anyway, I just saw the drama on the Bird app and came here. Hopefully, if anything, you get a raise. Appreciate all that you've done at Sucker Punch. Yeah, she's getting a raise, all right. She's getting raised all the way to the unemployment line. You got Jimmy over here with the heart emojis. Paolo says, unbelievable that they fired you. Tells us a lot about what PlayStation has become. What do you mean what PlayStation has become? You guys are advocating for the death of someone publicly. What do you think these companies are going to do? I don't understand the disconnect here. See, here's the problem. You guys don't realize that you work for another company, right? This company is not your friend. These companies are not your allies. These companies may say that they stand with trans lives, black lives, all this shit, DEI stuff, whatever. They may say all of that, but at the end of the day, if the choice is you or the product, it's going to be you every time. If the choice is you or the company, it's going to be you every time. I feel like that should be obvious at this point. This person says, I read that a lot of fascist Nazis want to get punched over at the Bird. They want to know your address. This is your chance. Damn, is this for real? Fuck the bozos. I'm not going to show hidden replies because God knows what's down there. I don't trust Blue Sky enough. So if you go to Smash AT, he made a post here where it says Drew Harrison, who worked on Ghost of Yotei, was allegedly let go from Sucker Punch Productions today for comments about Charlie Kirk. It posted on LinkedIn about how much it hates beautiful women being represented in video games. It explains a lot. So Smash ended up finding a post way back when. I don't know how long ago this was. I imagine this must have been a couple of months ago. Oh, no, it says a week ago. Wow, this was recent. Okay, interesting. Drew Harrison says, I find it interesting that when discussions around how games deal with sexualizing characters, it is almost always men discussing how women are depicted in games. This entire thread is men weighing in on how to reach a middle ground, on how to make characters that they find physically attractive. That's not true at all. I know a ton of women that fight against the whole nonsense that is happening in the gaming industry with female characters. Like, there are women out there that are advocating for hotter characters that can dress up, characters they can make look cute. They don't want to play fucking behemoths. They don't want to play orcs in a dress. Like, nobody wants to play as that. There is no balance because the industry is still heavily skewed by being cis hetero male oh my god. Even your example shows the real life woman fully clothed in a jumpsuit while the character is in her underwear showing underboob. You've literally turned the person who looks and moves like a living person into a stylized Barbie in her underwear. The physical attractiveness of the character is such a moot point to creating a good video game. Michael simply says, then this thread isn't for you. Stop policing. Shout out to Michael Casely. He's apparently an award-winning sound designer for what I have no idea because it's a screenshot, but shout out to that. That reply is fucking amazing. He didn't even bother having a conversation. He's like, well, this is not for you then. Stop policing. And then if you go over to where Grums says her LinkedIn now shows a date of September 2025 as the ending month of her work at Sucker Punch Production. So after 9 years in 1 month, so much for that 10 years, huh? You made it to 9 years, not 10 years. But anyway, after a little over 9 years of work, you gave it all up to fight for Palestine. You gave it all up to fight for Gaza. You think Gaza's looking at you now while you're at the unemployment line and saying, we need to save this girl? No, they're not. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. You literally mean nothing to them, but you gave it all. You gave it all to fight fascism from your apartment building behind a little bit of air conditioning. You are truly a warrior. Congratulations. So again, now when it comes to the conversation about Ghosts of Yotei, for me personally, I'll never tell you what to do with your money. I have never told people whether to buy or not buy a game. When I review video games, I review them politically free as much as humanly possible and just talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of the game, right? I've praised some video games that are problematic, and I've shit on video games that people are initially were loving, right? Lost Soul aside, everybody was super excited for. I gotta tell you, that game is mid as fuck. But anyway, the simple point is this particular game, you could choose to buy it or not. That's fine. I, however, have made the choice that I would not be getting this game. I don't care. I don't care how many people want me to review this game. I don't care how many people want me to have an opinion, whatever, on this game. I don't care. I am not going to be playing this game in the slightest. This will be one game that I am not going to griftcast whatsoever. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. You guys can do it if you want. You can play this game. It's fine. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But me personally, don't expect me to play this game. And it's crazy because I reviewed Dragon Age the Veilguard. I reviewed South of Midnight. I've played these games more than these fucking psychos who shill on Twitter about these games ever played these games. They never played them. I played them. I reviewed them. I told people the good, the bad, and the ugly about them. Not these people. They just told you to go buy it because there was a black character lead in it, or whatever the case would be, or there was trans ideology. Go buy it. But they never actually bought it. But me personally, this was going to be a game that I was going to review because I review everything as much as I possibly can, and people were expecting me to do it, but I am not going to do it at all. I absolutely fucking refuse. So in terms of the overall conversation around Sucker Punch, I'll leave it to you with this. Drew Harrison, this person who got fired from Sucker Punch, did they deserve it in my opinion? Sure, absolutely. Does this change the sentiment around Sucker Punch? I don't think it should, because Sucker Punch as a studio absolutely agrees with everything Drew Harrison says. 100%. Drew Harrison is a fall person for Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is looking for a sacrificial lamb, and she gave it to them on a silver platter. She made it easy for them to do it. Sucker Punch 100%. Just looking at everything they've been doing with Ghost of Yotei, looking at everybody they've been hiring for the project, looking at everything their developers have been saying over the last few months to almost a year now, they absolutely support this ideology. They're just going to use one person to be the fall for everybody else. So for me, I don't believe a single fucking thing that Ghost of Yotei ever will say, or Sucker Punch ever will say. I don't believe a single thing this studio will ever say personally, because I know, we all know that they 100% don't want to fire this girl. They're just using it because I'm sure either their PR team told them to do it, the executives told them to do it, somebody said make her a sacrifice. That's all this is. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this person's firing? What do you think about the situation overall in the gaming industry regarding Charlie Kirk? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.